I would just like fart all the time. I had 3 sisters, and they would get mad for sure. But also, like, my dad was the same exact way.
I'm dying.
Harry's in the building.
Hello.
Sasquatch is here.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Do you think is it just gonna be Sass for life now?
Yeah, probably.
Like, was there ever a moment where you were like, you know, when you're a young dude, it's like whatever, but you're like, I'm 40 and people call me Sass.
Yeah, it's weird because I don't really care.
Yeah.
But people always are like, they'll be like Sass, and they'll be like, oh, sorry, you don't want me to say that anymore. And it's like, I don't give a fuck,
dude. I get that a lot too. Do I use like your nickname?
Yeah.
Or it's like, I don't know. People do that. Do I use your nickname or your real name all the time? Like, I guess mine's a little different.
Yeah.
But
You know what Sas and I just learned yesterday was Sam, his real name, like, you know, Sam, whatever. His real name is like Alfred.
Wait,
Yeah,
who's
it's
Sam?
Alfred.
Sam Martin.
No, but it's Alfred, like Sean Martin.
There's no Sam.
There's
no Sam.
A-S-M, so then he just said S-A-M. Like,
That's a little weird.
Yeah.
If his actual initials were S-A-M, then you went by Sam,
Yeah.
fine. But it's A-S-M, and
No,
he just
recreated his initials
he
into a name.
came out with that? Not even like his parents or something?
No, his parents.
Okay,
did, I think.
all right. At
which
least
is
it was-
worse.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if he was a kid, I don't know, for some reason.
I don't get when like a lot of parents will name a kid but decide like
We're not gonna actually call him that.
yeah. And it's like then just call him that.
Yeah.
Like if you want it to be Charlie instead of Charles or but whatever, like that's put the name that down.
just
You know
name
what I
him.
mean?
Yeah, name him Charles.
Like my sister's
Charlie.
Trisha, like not Patricia, because my mom was like, I don't want people calling her Pat.
Yeah.
Her mother was Pat, and she always felt like a boy or whatever. She didn't like it, so it's just Trisha. Yeah, just do that. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
what my parents did that with my brother. It's not Benjamin, it's Ben.
Ben. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
but I'm Harry and everyone. I don't know.
Are
if
you
I've ever
Harry
met-
or Harold?
Yeah, Harry.
See, that's a good
Yeah.
example. They didn't want Harold.
Yeah,
My,
I don't know if I've ever met another Harry that's because usually
Government
it's
name.
Harold or Harrison. Yeah. Yeah.
My buddy was playing poker in Vegas one night, like a month or two before his kid was born, and he ended up at the same table as Lady Gaga, and he's a funny guy, and he's like
Name my kid.
he's like, Lady Gaga, I'm gonna name my son Charles. What do you think about that? And like I think she was smoking a cigarette, and she just goes, "Make it Chuck." And teach him the arts. And so, his name's Chuck.
Wow, yeah, that's enough. That's enough for me to do that. When you go up on stage, what do they announce you as?
Harry Settel.
Harry,
Yeah. That's the reason that's the only thing that I cared about.
You didn't
Was
want to
that I
be
didn't like
announced.
going up on stage as Lil Sas.
Because that's the other thing. Like Sass feels like your name could be like
Yeah.
Sassin, and they just call you Sass or some shit.
Exactly.
Lil Sasquatch is a little bit different.
Especially when I started here, everyone called me Little Sasquatch.
Yeah, that's tough.
Which
The
I was
Lil
like,
is-
that's adding on a whole nother element.
This is a whole can of worms now.
Yeah.
What was the origination of that anyway?
It was like my gamer tag on PlayStation.
Just fucking around?
Yeah. Yeah, it was my gamer tag on PlayStation, and then when I was tweeting in high school, I didn't want my Twitter to be connected to my name, and then it just kind of stuck like that forever.
And-
What was the origination behind Little Sam Squatch?
That's in your burner,
Trailer
right?
Park Boys.
What?
Trailer Park Boys is there's a dude on it that messes up the words constantly, so he calls Sasquatches Sam
Sam
Squatches.
Squatch.
Yeah. Yeah.
That has a lot of followers too, though, right?
Trailer Park Boys?
No, you're. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. Trailer Park Boys. But I feel like
fucking so amped.
Brandon's killing it.
Trailer Park Boys is fucking great,
It's a great show. It's phenomenal.
That's a show that never I have not given an honest
I
effort.
can't
I don't think I've
believe
ever
you
seen.
don't-
I mix it up with Pawn Stars.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Much different
Pawn
show.
Stars.
Yeah,
much
when I
different.
think of that, I picture like guys in a shop like selling shit. So what do the Trailer Park Boys just live in like in trailer parks?
They live in a trailer park. They live
a
in a
reality
trailer
show?
park in Canada. And they are just like white trash.
Just arguing and fighting and shit,
Dude,
like-
it's one of the funniest shows of all time. Easily.
Is it on? It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And it holds up well. Like, I just rewatched, because I watched it when I was young.
You're a real
Yeah.
diehard Trailer Park
I'm telling
boy.
you, the fact that you haven't seen it is crazy, because the show
He's
that
not a
we're
reality
filming,
guy though. He doesn't. Really
No,
do
it's not reality.
It's not reality.
No.
It's a mockumentary.
Oh,
crazy.
I'm
You don't know
totally
Trailer
off
Park
on
Boys?
this. I don't know anything about this.
yeah.
I don't know anything about
It's
this.
one of the funniest shows of all
Holy
time.
shit! I did not know. I thought this was like that's why you gave me that face, because I was like, I thought this was like a people living in a trailer park just being.
No, it's one of the funniest shows ever.
Wow.
I love Canadians. I've honestly like never had a long a relationship with a Canadian who I didn't like. I hate Canadian television.
That whole sentence was crazy. I love Canadians. I mean, obviously, I've never had a long relationship with a Canadian I didn't like.
Like every Canadian I've ever known personally, I fucking love.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I do not like Canadian entertainment.
No, you would love.
I don't
this
like
shit.
You don't like Schitt's
Letterkenny. I don't like. Again, these are shows I've not given like real chances to. But Shoresy, Letterkenny, this people are always telling me like you'd love it, and maybe that's why I don't like.
What about
people-
Schitt's Creek? You don't consider that?
Schitt's Creek
They're
I
Canadian,
like,
but
I
they're
don't
not.
love. I liked it during the pandemic, but like I've never gone back and like been like, this is great.
Man,
It was
I didn't
good.
know anything about this.
Dude, the
I'm so
show
off.
that we're filming a show right now that is not far off from how this show is filmed, and this show is one of the funniest.
Let's
shows
go. That's
ever.
your inspiration. That's like your elevator pitch now. You're like, Trailer Park Boys, we're doing it again. That's great.
This is like it's like Mascots.
It's a mockumentary.
All right, I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, you got to
What
watch
should
this
I not
like
watch?
for the brand. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Is that guy is like just an actor?
the guy in the front,
Yeah.
Bubbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just looks that way, but he's
I think he looks
Is he-
normal in real life. Yeah,
okay.
that's
So
what he
they're
looks like.
hamming that up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of just. He actually doesn't even look that much different. I think it's just he wears those glasses and it's
yeah.
the face.
Johnny kind of looks like you, like Ed Sheeran.
Oh man. That was-
I can see that. Yeah.
When you're trying to be Ed Sheeran.
yeah, Les Mascots is rolling. You guys are doing it, man.
Yeah, it's been a blast.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, it's been very fun.
Everybody to a man who's involved in it says it's very enjoyable. to do
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I told them like when we did the sketches, obviously forever, and those were like, those felt more like work than this does. Like this
Yeah.
feels like it's. I think it's because it's the same characters every time. Like every
Yeah.
time we do the sketch, it's a new character.
Right, that's
so it's
hard,
like,
yeah.
which is obviously not that I'm like changing my acting at all depending on the character. But it does feel easier and it feels more fun. But yeah, it's been good.
How far along would you guys say you are?
We are done with the pilot, 50% done with episodes 2, 3, and 4.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And how many are we thinking for season 1?
8.
So you're 50% to halfway there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was the highest I guess marketing thing I would do for the show is Harry's active in the group chat.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how you
Harry,
know.
Harry sends text in the group chat, and you're like, "Damn, this is."
That's a big sign.
Yeah.
Next, you just got to get Trent to talk about it.
Yeah.
And then you got two most tight-lipped guys talking.
The most fun part of it, I don't know. Do you think like the yesterday, like the park shooting is fun?
Yeah, I think it's fun. It's I mean, it was cold yesterday, but that was my only complaint.
But like, it was cold. It was cold yesterday. I have the best setup because,
You're in the fucking...
but like Tommy's also in one, but his is not as high quality as mine. So mine's lined. I'm feeling great. I'm great.
Let's go film in the snow,
Like
guys.
if we end up shooting, if we keep filming through summer, then it's gonna be tough for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, the tables are going to turn real quick on you,
But
bud.
right now it's great. But we kind of talked about it a little bit with Times Square, but like getting to know the characters in the park is so much fun.
I was going to say, I don't know if you were talking about that or not, but you told me a few things about your interactions with the locals that is very funny.
Dude, yesterday Tommy was playing chess with like one of like the guys, and he's just talking about fucking his wife or something like that. It was so funny.
Yeah, the people are insane. I mean, it's crazy being at Washington Square Park at like 10 a.m. too.
Yeah.
It's like empty.
Yeah.
And the only people that are there are people that are like actually
crazies.
doing crack.
So wait,
Yeah. I sat down at the. I had to film. I had to sit at like the circle in the middle, like where the people skateboard.
Yeah.
And it was just me and like two homeless dudes, and one of them there was just a crack pipe just on the ground next to him, and he saw me and he was like, "Oh, my bad," and he like took it and moved it away.
I love to still have the awareness, like, this is very uncouth for you to smoke my crack in front of this gentleman
You gotta
here.
get it together. This is not.
He's like, listen, it's 10 a.m. They're going around.
I was thinking that. Do homeless people like party less on? Like, do they go harder on Fridays and Saturdays?
You think that homeless people are like, it's the weekend! About to have me some fun.
I honestly like. I can see what you're saying because look, not that they're listening to a ton of music, but like all the music is for the weekend if you're partying.
Yeah,
They're not doing a lot of fun partying.
No.
Theirs
No.
is maintenance
I
partying.
heard there are some places that are playing opera and classical music to get rid of homeless people. and it fucking works. Like homeless people will be hanging out and they'll like play it and they're like, fuck this shit, and they leave.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I actually, like I would think like a homeless person like this is fucking
Yeah.
beautiful.
I feel
Yeah.
like when you're like high on heroin, that sounds
Like,
pretty good.
Yeah,
Is
but
this
if you're doing-
Bach?
If you're doing
Fuck, turn this
crack,
I don't know. Opera is classical is fine. Opera would not be enjoyable.
especially on crack. Yeah, that's not.
That's
you
not
want
the vibe.
like, you want fucking like 6ix9ine or some shit. Like, that's not what you're looking for.
I don't think I've ever been on drugs and not liked whatever was playing.
You just go with the
Like
flow.
whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll vibe.
Yeah, but to be fair, like you're probably not doing like the
Yeah, you're
six
not
The hard
drugs,
stuff.
doing
Yeah.
the good drugs.
You're not
I'm not
doing-
doing the H, but aside from that, I've probably done anything they're on.
It's such a shame that heroin.
I've smoked crack.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I forgot.
You smoke crack?
I've smoked cocaine.
Which is always. It's so
I
funny
don't
that
know
like.
how it
I
works.
think it's different.
Yeah.
I think it's different.
Is it?
Yeah,
It was. I mean, I just did it once. It was a cigarette.
probably because I think
It was fucking good, though.
Smoking cocaine's probably not as like easy as smoking crack.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Just put it in the parliament.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me tell you, it's not that
It's
hard.
super easy. Just go like that.
I'm pretty sure making crack is like insanely easy.
Yeah, you just cook up the coke, right?
I think
Yeah.
it's just,
That's
you
when
just
you just-
baking soda
Oh,
and cocaine.
I've watched people smoke.
Yeah.
Like cook crack before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where are you doing that?
Brockton, Mass, baby.
Yeah, I could see
Brockton,
that.
Checks
Mass.
out.
Went to my buddy's.
Were they doing like the spoon?
Yeah, went to
Yeah.
my buddy's girlfriend's boyfriend's house. We were probably like 17, 18. We were going to buy Coke. And we were just standing in Brockton, and I was like, what is he doing? Like, he's cooking crack. I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Dude, I've always thought like the levels. You know, like for you to be like, all right, I gotta get the Coke, I gotta get the baking soda, the spoon, the torch. I'm gonna cook it. I'm gonna tie off. I'm gonna get a needle. Like, there's so many steps
Oh,
for you to
yeah.
be like, I shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
Once you're addicted, I get it. You blow through
Yeah.
all that. But those first times where it's like, it's easy to just take a hit of something, do a line, take a shot, whatever, take a pill. Like this is like a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. It's a
I don't
lot.
even like going to get my own fork when I order food.
Right.
I'm like, where's the plastic? Like, this is a whole nother step now. God damn.
I get so mad when they don't bring a fucking. Dude,
Infuriating.
I order. I try to drink like smoothies a lot, and they'll bring the smoothie without the straw.
No, straw
is
nuts.
And I'm like, who has straws just at their house?
Yeah.
Like, like?
That's
I get like a
crazy.
fork or a spoon, being like, oh, they probably have one at home, but it's like a straw.
The straw is pretty fucking instrumental.
Yeah. Like I need
that.
now. I gotta fucking. You gotta drink it out of the cup, and it's like coming down on your entire face.
like a ringer in your nose.
Yeah.
Of course.
Dude, I had the other day, I forget what I'd ordered. I want to say it was cookies or something weird. And the delivery guy apologized to me where he was like, sorry, they didn't have any blue cheese. And I was like, why the fuck would I have blue cheese with this? And then I looked at my Seamless and I had a saved request from probably when I got a pizza 2 years ago.
Oh,
And it
yeah.
was, could you grab a blue cheese? So everything I've ordered for 2 years.
Maybe I had a blue
Blue cheese.
You want to grab a blue cheese with that? He's like, dude, these are 6 s'mores cookies.
Dude, speaking of condiments, there's a chance, I think, at least in America, I eat more sour cream than anyone in this country. I'd be willing to put that out there. I legitimately think I consume more sour cream than any American.
Would you eat a lot of like Mexican food?
Yeah, I eat a lot of tacos.
Yeah.
And then, but even like I do a lot of tacos. I do like an Asian chicken. It's like chicken and peppers, but I end up just throwing sour. I make everything like a Mex.
Yeah.
Tex-Mex, Asian, Mex infusion, everything. I just put sour cream on everything, and I put a lot on there.
Yeah.
I think sour cream is a criminally underrated condiment, but also to the extent that I'm doing it, it gives me shame. Like when I'm having it, I don't want to see people. I don't want people to see how much I use it. I get it in the bag,
I get that.
like in the squeeze out bag. Not
Oh,
even in.
crazy.
So I just
How much are we talking? Because this sounds like it's
a lot.
Is it plain or are you mixing it with like a dressing or something?
No plate. I mean, it's like so. What here's my main thing. I make these chicken tacos that I'll basically have like all week long, and it's like a shredded taco-y type of chicken, Chipotle chicken type thing. I get out a tortilla. I cover that shit with sour cream.
Yeah.
Crush up Doritos. Sprinkle the Doritos in the sour cream. Sprinkle the shredded cheese on top of that. Rice, chicken. Boom. It's fire, but it's a lot.
It sounds
right.
It's
delicious.
dude, I actually want to make it. It's delicious.
It sounds really, really good.
But I bet if people, and I would not expect people to put as much sour cream as I put on it because I'm a freak. But I feel like in general, if people heard sour cream, they'd be like, no. But if you just have it, don't watch me put it on. I understand it doesn't look appealing.
Yeah.
But just try it. The Doritos and the sour cream.
It sounds great.
To me, it's
sounds
almost like
really good. It's
cream
crazy.
cheesy.
That's what you're going home and cooking every night.
Yeah.
And I'll have it like for breakfast. I'll have it for lunch and dinner like 3 straight days. And then I make another one. Yeah.
The Doritos on top. It's
Oh,
crazy.
Dude, just picturing you with a fistful of Doritos. Just
No. Even better than that. So sometimes like in the beginning, I used to just get a handful of Doritos. I would put it in like a little Ziploc bag and crush it up that way. Got to the point where I was like, I am not eating Doritos.
Yeah.
Other than this, so I just smashed the bag. So if you come to my house right now, there's just a bag of Dorito dust.
Keegan gets home from baseball practice and is furious.
Hey, you want some Doritos? You gotta like eat it with a spoon, bro.
I would be so mad. That's
It's
crazy.
just
Like a full. It's
Keegan's
not
gonna
the
grow
very
up
end.
thinking that's how Doritos come. He's like,
Yeah.
They didn't break these ones up.
You guys got triangles? This is crazy. But I feel like most people are totally disgusted by sour cream, and I'm like,
No, I sour cream I love, but I had a. There's like a fine line between enough and too much for me.
Yeah.
But
for
I'm
most people,
also
for the
very
normals.
sensitive to like dairy. And
Yeah,
shit,
that's a
so-
problem too. I could do a gallon of milk, a thing of sour cream and cheese, and I'd be fine.
Dude,
That's
is this
crazy.
Iron stomach.
is
That's
this
crazy.
I feel like this is like younger people have a really hard time with dairy. Like I feel like
I have a
people
hard
my
time
age,
with everything.
I'm like I'll fucking crush milk. I'll cry. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's
even
also how I was raised though. Like were they not getting that as like little kids? Like 'cause
I drank milk my whole life growing up, and I never realized it was destroying my stomach. But it's like I mean everything. Like I definitely am allergic to gluten for sure.
really, and
Yeah.
do you just
no,
power
I
through it?
Pound gluten. Yeah. But it's like because it's like weird because it's like some things will like destroy me and some things won't.
Yeah. What you shit and puke and stuff, or like?
Oh no, I just shit.
Yeah.
Always. I don't puke ever. I actually was I wanted to Google that the other night why some people shit more than puke. Like and why some people puke more than shit.
Well, I feel like if you have like a stomach
what are you
sensitivity.
thinking about?
Cause I mean, dude, I get a stomach ache every night to the point where I'm like, I'm gonna throw up, and then
I
I
don't shit?
don't throw
Wait,
up.
do you mean puke more than shit? Like on a general basis?
Yeah. Like I
oh.
mean like diarrhea
Oh,
versus
like
puke.
when you're sick. I was
Like you know how like some people like they get the flu and they're just throwing up
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get that ever.
You're not a puker.
No, I never puke.
Because it's always coming
But
out the
all
other end.
shit because I can hold it long enough to the point that it's gonna turn into a shit. Like, genuinely like the worst. Like the other night I ate like too much ice cream or some shit and I got like a super bad stomach ache. Like I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna puke. So I just went and
Yeah.
laid in bed.
I
and I didn't puke. And then I didn't eat, I think I shit like the next night.
do you burp?
No. Like if I
I have a
soda.
friend who like we're hanging out and all of a sudden you'll smell something and we're like, dude, you ate ice cream, didn't you? Like
Yeah.
the whole friend group knows. Like Evan
Yeah.
can't eat dairy, dude. He did it again. He ate the
Yeah.
dairy again.
Yo,
It just
that's such a tough spot to be in where you're like, look, I don't care.
yeah, like the
Yeah.
disrespect that you're just gonna do this. We
Yeah.
rented a house together. We're away for the weekend. Like, you just don't eat the ice cream for a couple days.
Yeah.
Nope. It's like in Home Alone, the kid's drinking the Pepsi. And, he's gonna piss the bed. He's like, I don't give a fuck. That's it, man. That gluten shit's no joke, man.
No, gluten's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fucks me up. But it's weird because like I could eat like a like I could eat like a BLT and be completely fine. Like just on like wheat bread, that's totally
Yeah.
fine. But if I have like a chicken parm on like a roll, dude, I'm fucked.
You're done.
Pizza, but I eat a ton of pizza. Like pizza, like dairy and gluten combined. It's like
That's it.
It fucking destroys me, but I crush pizza. Like I'll have pizza multiple times a week. Because it's hard to just ignore those foods.
I'll tell you what it's hard to do is ignore the fact that you're shitting and dying every time you eat it.
You know what it is? I went in 5th grade. I went to private school for a year, and there was a kid in our school. It was a small school, like I think it was like 40 kids per grade, something like that.
Yeah.
And there was like the whole. It was an elementary school. I think the school went up to like 8th grade, so everyone would eat lunch together. And there was a kid that was he had a gluten allergy, and he would eat these like gluten-free Chex Mix, but they were in a bowl, and he would eat it like a dog. Like he would stick his face into the bowl, and for my whole life I was like, that's what gluten intolerant people are like. So I was always like, I'm just gonna ignore this.
I can't be a dog.
Yeah.
You're telling doctors like you got a gluten allergy. Like you tell me I got to eat out of bowls like a dog.
Yeah.
No, dude, you just can't have bread.
Yeah. Because I was like, that guy's a fucking like freak. I was like, I don't want to be like that. And then later on I realized I was like, oh no, that kid
He's just a freak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, so let me ask you a question. Like with significant others, like. Are they like, stop eating that fucking pizza?
Yeah, you're gonna blow this place up.
No, I'm not. I never have had any really big issues with that. I haven't had really any major, like, the only people that have ever been like mad at me for my bowel movements, I guess, are my family. Like growing up, like my family, but like also like my dad's the exact same way. So
You used to get in trouble as a kid.
like like we would like. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like my
God damn it, Harry! Stop shit.
like no one would get like mad, but like if when I was in like high school, I would just like fart all the time. I had 3 sisters, and they would get mad for sure. But also, like my dad was the same exact way.
I'm dying.
Like
Something about the way you say shit so seriously that's just ridiculous.
my dad growing up, like I have such like vivid like even to this day, it's like if he goes into the bathroom, it's like you don't
Steer
use
clear.
that bathroom.
Yeah.
That bathroom you don't use.
Dude,
for the rest
that
of the
is the
day.
thing. Like when you hear that like old man shits, and I'm like, I don't think I'm one of those guys, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure when my dad was 40, it was like, Dad's dropping bombs.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, am I just not aware
Yeah.
that I am that guy? I really
Your
don't think I
mom,
am, but like,
yelling downstairs. What the fuck, Peter? What the hell? Flush. That's like most of my childhood was that.
my childhood memories, just my mom yelling at my dad for shitting.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's some good wholesome shit though. Man, that's fucking funny. Shit. Back to mascots. So wait, you guys are doing your shooting in Washington Square Park? There's mascots down there
No.
No.
Oh,
So
okay.
we got fired from Times Square.
in the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Times Square, they were
That's
everywhere.
right.
And it is funny too because like when we were filming in Times Square, it's like obviously that was like the beginning, so it's like their suits are like brand new.
Yeah.
And then they're walking by the guys that are actually out there, and their suits are like hanging on by a thread. Like there's like mud all over them for some reason. You're like, where are you even finding mud?
Yeah, you're in the middle of
Times
the concrete.
Square. Yeah.
How much do you think those guys could possibly make?
We were trying to think about. I mean, it's got to be decent enough.
I mean, there was a homeless guy who lived around Fordham. His name was Braids. And the New York Post once did a profile on him. And he said he made 6 figures. He said he made
Just-
$100,000 like just begging.
Damn.
And it was like right next to a college campus. We saw him like every night. I would throw him a couple of bucks. And if you multiply that by a few hundred kids, like
Yeah.
a night, you know. I was like, it's feasible, but like I can't imagine that. But I don't know. The Times Square thing is also like, you know, there's 50,000 Chinese tourists who go through
Yeah.
there, and it's like they'll all fucking throw you a buck. Like,
I was
Yeah.
gonna say for the Fordham guy, like that was a time when cash was king.
yeah, now
Nowadays it's not, but tourists are traveling with money. So like maybe if that's who your demo is.
That was that. I mean, I remember blogging like I was like working the Times Square beat almost when I was a blogger because there was anti-Semitic Selma was a big thing.
Oh,
Elmo.
yeah.
Anti-Semitic Elmo was like he got caught like throwing slurs at people or like swastika or something.
This was an Elmo in Times Square.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was like like again, the Post was like writing about him. It was anti-Semitic Elmo was a thing.
Was he going to Times Square to like get his anti-Semitic takes off, or like
I think he just
happened to,
was
like,
an Elmo.
Let him slip.
And
yeah.
he just started to let it fly. And then there was like turf wars, and like there's a whole like world to
Yeah.
that shit. You know?
I
the
thought
naked cowboy is like a fucking little business,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But that's a little different than just being like a scumbag, like illegal immigrant who's just like wearing an elbow hat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought I was more nervous about that to start. Like I thought there would be like little gangs and cliques and stuff like that. And we were only there 2 days, I think, 3 days, and it wasn't bad. They would yell at us, but it was in Spanish.
Doesn't count.
Yeah, they would say something about putting on our heads. I think they would, la cabeza, la cabeza. We'd be walking around with our heads
Same
off.
character, bro. You can't break kayfabe.
I mean, I guess if you think about it, like the way that those guys make money is if you take a photo with them, you're supposed to like tip them or pay them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about how many people have asked you guys for photos, they probably are making decent money.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't think it's six figures, but I think they're probably
right.
making like livable money. Yeah.
Right. Which is
It's
crazy.
so funny too. Every time someone asks us, it's because like when we're walking around, we're not always shooting, but we're always in costume, and people ask to take pictures, and I'm always like, oh, I guess.
Yeah.
And like yesterday, someone did it, and I was like, how are you having attitude, dude?
I was
Like,
gonna say,
you're
bro,
walking
you're
around,
walking around stretch his elbow.
demanding attention, and people are giving it to you.
Yeah.
Why can't you just leave me alone? As I put my Cookie Monster head
This
on.
is clearly a prison of your own building. Fucking smile and take the picture.
I do get a kick out of like I'll see Tommy come to work and he's like got his like laptop bag and then like his head under the arm.
Yeah.
Like this is just your work attire now.
Yeah. Tommy
Fucking
said someone
hell.
asked him for a photo on the subway. And they had to put the helmet on. He did. And he
But
did
like
it.
when we're walking around with the helmets, we have like all our stuff stuffed in them. Like they're essentially a purse. They're like
Yeah.
there's tons of stuff stuffed in it. And when the person on the train asked Tommy to take a picture, he just didn't take any of the stuff out. So like, he just couldn't see anything.
Has anybody ever offered to pay you guys? Like,
No.
they kind of, yeah, rip you.
I don't
I
think
think
so.
that's also part of the gig is those guys are so pushy that they'll be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the fucking money now.
Yeah.
And you like, get scared or you give it to them. I feel like recently you were talking about taking pictures and somebody thought that you meant like taking pictures as you, like a Barstool personality, and it was like, no, it's
No.
they want the elbow.
It's like you're gonna put the fucking head on. I'm like,
Oh, you're a big fan of the podcast? I don't know who you are. Put the fucking helmet on, though.
although we have had some interesting people recognize us as fans. Like some
Very odd encounters. And it's been only in Washington Square Park, which I don't know if it's because like NYU's around
Yeah.
there or what, but like not the demographic at all.
Really?
Like overweight, like middle-aged lesbians coming up, being like, "I love Barstool." Get the
fuck outta here.
We had the one lady that came up and was like. She's like, I'm not hitting on you. Don't worry. Or she said it to someone.
Yeah.
Right? She was like, I didn't hear that part. But she was like, I'm not hitting on you. Don't worry. I'm actually like a lesbian as of recent. She's like, she was like, I have no tolerance for men. And then she was like, Dave is the fucking man. We were like, what?
You could not get more like prototypical men.
Yeah.
I'm just so sick of men. Toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
It's like, Portnoy guy, fucking legend. Though.
Yeah. That's like genuinely what happens. And we were like, what the fuck?
And then yesterday, some like again, like a bigger lady, older lady, walking by with like 2 Bergdorf Goodman bags, was like, I love Barstool.
Yeah.
What, dude?
That is
Yeah.
wild. How
Did you see
times
the
have
guy
changed.
that was like, Barstool ruined my life. Barstool ruined my life.
Yeah,
And we
but
were
then,
like,
but we.
he
what
like
was that?
really wanted to be asked about it, but we were just.
Were
like,
you still there when he
oh,
came up to us
70.
later?
What?
Were you still there when he came up to us
Oh
later?
no! What did he say?
So he came back up to us. And he's like, I think he's an NYU kid, and he like asked me and Tommy to do like a video where we tried an energy drink, which was a weird thing. Like he didn't ask us any questions. It was like a TikToks type setup where he had a producer, but they didn't ask us any like questions. He was like, "Do you want to try this?" And
And you guys did this?
I put my tongue in the hole and didn't try it, but Tommy drank it.
But he just like used you guys for like a promo, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I could totally see you getting bullied. Into that.
of course I did.
Hey,
Someone asked me to do it.
Put this, like, hold this brand, like, endorse it,
Yeah.
say that you use it, and tell people to go buy it. Okay.
No, Fights did do like a full, like he pretty much did a read after he drank it. It was like
Terms and conditions apply.
Yeah, I watched it and I immediately was like, he just locked into like ad read. Like he drank it and he was like 100% clean caffeine too.
What's wrong
Only
with you?
available online?
Dude, I swear, you could ask Feitelberg to do anything, he would just do it. He would just do it.
Why wouldn't I do it?
It was funny too because he took it looked like Feitelberg drank the entire thing.
Yeah, no, I had my tongue.
And he didn't drink any of it, and Tommy actually drank the full thing.
And Tommy started freaking out.
Tommy was like, "Well, what did I just drink?" I don't know what it was.
But anyway, the reason I say that is because it was the same kid who came back. Some kid who had told Jackie and Megan they were pretending to be TikTokers, and he was like, "No, I don't do Barstool. You guys canceled me, ruined my life." And then when he came back, he was like, Ainsley, the old intern, she mentioned him in a TikTok or something. And I was like, no one
Shut the
canceled
fuck
you.
up, dude.
No one canceled you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Have better sex with BlueChew. I don't know if people get what I'm doing there. Have better sex with BlueChew. BlueChew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. And starting now, BlueChew is offering a combo so strong, it'll knock your socks off and your neighbor's socks off too. You'll have to move towns with the amount of noise you'll be making. BlueChew Max has arrived, and it combines the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis into one chewable. The combo acts fast and lasts. Guys, be ready when she needs it and get your first month of BlueChew for free. Free sexual gratification. Who doesn't love that? Great sex is only a few clicks away. Sign up at BlueChew.com. Consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you are approved, you will receive your prescription within days. BlueChew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. The best part? All done online, baby. The best, that means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. BlueChew won't stop until every band is bricked up like a brick house. That involves you. That is the mission. So get on it now. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we have a special deal for our listeners today. Try the first month of BlueChew for free. What? When you use promo code KFC, just pay a $5 shipping fee. That's promo code KFC for free BlueChew at BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank BlueChew for sponsoring the podcast. Simplisafe, you know what they say, summer's when crime happens, because with the longer daylight hours, you may be spending more time away from the house and giving burglars more opportunity to strike. FBI crime data shows break-ins are more likely during daylight hours than under the cloak of night. Interesting. Protect your home with Simplisafe's proactive security system that helps you stop threats before they happen. If I had a home, this would be the first thing I do, just because it lets someone else do my job for me. It is my job to protect the home. Simplisafe can do that for you. Why not let them? With Simplisafe, millions of Americans enjoy the new standard in home security and greater peace of mind every time they arm their system when heading out in the morning or when locking up each night. Traditional security systems only take action after someone has already broken in. Guess what? That's too late. Simplisafe's active guard outdoor protection can help prevent break-ins before they happen. Visit Simplisafe.com/KFC Radio to claim 50% off a new system with a professional monitoring plan and get your first month free. That's Simplisafe, SIMPLI, safe.com/KFC Radio. There is no safe like Simplisafe.
I just got a text right now saying that Dave's on CNN.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Interesting. I it's funny how much
Stock market plummeting will do that.
Yeah.
it's funny how much people will use him and like other people in general. They're just like, look, everyone's turning on Trump, and they'll have like a clip of Dave being like in the beginning, being like, I voted for Trump, and then it cuts to him today being like, Trump's fucking ruining the economy right now. And it's I don't know, it's just crazy that it's like, of course, yeah, you can change your mind, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I voted for someone, and then now they're doing something fucking insane.
Yeah.
To be fair, it is the thing he said he was going to do.
So that was a lot.
It's just exactly what he said he was going to do.
A lot of those videos I'm talking about were like, it's funny watching people freak out about like exactly what he stood for and said he was going to do.
So yeah, you got to give him credit. He
Yeah.
just said what he was going to do, and he's doing it.
Yeah, people always wanted more action in Washington. Well, you fucking got it, dude.
I feel like this is a win for the lesbian woman who likes stay
Oh,
court.
yeah.
I obviously don't know anything about. Oh, here you go. Barstool founder on Trump tariff stock market volatility. He's always said, he was like, I'll go on
Yeah.
CNN. They just never invite me. But now I think they see their... Yeah,
Paz,
Paz
you
just
wanna play
watches
that dunk?
Paz
see
just
it
watches
again?
himself
You guys wanna see it
dunking
again?
all day long. Did you see that little little blip on the internet with Hubs' girlfriend?
No, I don't think
Hubs'
so.
girlfriend thought that Hubs could dunk.
Yeah.
And was like, when did you first dunk? And he was
Yeah.
like, what are you talking about? And then we kind
Yeah.
of discovered that like girls everywhere think that guys can just
Did
dunk.
just dunk? Yeah, no, I don't even know if I could touch. I could probably touch the net. But I couldn't.
I actually just
don't-
saw a clip the other day of you guys when you were doing that that
yeah,
crazy
the
basketball thing,
thing.
whatever. That was fun. You had your shaved head. Your
Yeah.
fucking,
Yeah, that was
you looked
in,
like American History X or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Like if I ran into Sass when he was looking like that, I would not fuck with that guy.
Yeah, yeah. No, I thought about going back to the Buzz recently, but I would never go that short again.
Dude,
That was
Buzz life
crazy.
is so great though.
It's so, dude. You shower and you get out of the.
Oh,
you
it's
get out of the
amazing.
You get out of the shower and your hair's it's not wet at all.
It's just it's like it's waterproof or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Dude, I looked terrible with it looking back on it. It's crazy how much when you're in the moment of something, whether you're dressing, looking, whatever,
Yeah.
you don't realize it. But I looked terrible with it, but I used to
When did you have a
love
buzz?
like 08 to like 10 or 11.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. It's like when I first started Barstool, I pretty much had like maybe
Did you buzz it like a lot? Like you kept buzzing it?
Yeah, because I love that feeling of like nothing on your ears, nothing to
Yeah.
comb, and just. Bzz. I was living with a bunch of guys who like they just shaved their own heads, and I was always the sucker going out to get a haircut. And they were always like, "You what a loser!" And I was like, "Let me give this a whirl."
What are you, gay?
And I was like, "Yeah, getting a haircut by a professional."
Yeah.
But once I got that feeling of like, zzz, I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
I used to give it like a 1. One time I went like really low though, like skin.
That was what I did. That's
Yeah.
why I fucked up because I did a 1, and it was like it was good. I was like, oh, this actually doesn't look that bad. And then I was like, I got to clean up the front, and I was using just some random fucking razor that we had. It was like Owen's. He uses it because he used to shave his head too. And I went back over like the front. I was like, I'm gonna clean up the front, and it was at 0. And so
And
I
then you're
had
fucked.
and I didn't shave the rest of it. So just the front of my head was completely like literally bald. Like I don't know if I have photos on my phone, but like if I go back to like the old photos, like when I first did it, like
no. That's real. That
like
picture.
that, like go to the one of the podcasts.
That's
Like that was
holy
like,
shit.
Yeah.
See, that's what I mean. I would not fuck with that guy.
Yeah.
That's the
That
guy who's got a
was-
swastika tattooed on his chest.
that was like days later. That was like right after I did it.
Bro, you look like Lex Luthor or some shit.
Yeah.
You look like a villain.
Yeah,
I think you look good, dude.
I went fully bald.
That picture is hilarious. But that's a real picture while you were like mid shaving.
Yeah, but it got like obviously as you can see, is I fucked it up after that and it got way shorter.
Last time I ever go to Supercon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude. Did you ever shave your head fights?
No, I think this is the year.
Yeah.
I think so.
You're gonna shave it
Yeah.
for content or something, or just for fun?
I don't know. I've been flirting with it for years. I think this is the shit or get off the pot year. I either have to do it or I have to stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really even know you were talking about it all that much.
I like occasionally mention it. Like I'd like to shave my head one day.
How
For
about
the
you,
look
Pass?
or for?
You ever shave your head, Pass?
For the look.
I shaved my head every single day up until 7th grade. Yeah.
Damn.
And then after that, just started getting
You ever shave your
bowling.
head?
Yeah.
Did I ever shave my head? No. I have like the lumpiest head you've ever seen.
Do you really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like kind of like when I was in
What, like
kindergarten
big,
for some
like-
reason.
like lump, like-
Yeah, for some reason when I was in kindergarten, it was like my thing to wear like 25 headbands at one point, and then I got like a really bad bald spot, and then it started squeezing my head in a weird way where like it like I kind of like was binding my own head, so we had to stop.
Oh wow, you got like the gamer headset.
Yeah.
Why were you doing that?
I don't know. I thought it was like my.
You were
style. It
legit
was, like,
wearing
my
multiple
thing.
headbands?
Yeah, because I started with like one, and then like some other girl started wearing headbands, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to." and then just kind of built up,
You
and then
were
at one point I
so
remember. like,
legit,
having
how many
to-
were you wearing at one time?
It was because it was a pack of 25, and then I
Wait, you
was like,
literally
"I'm
were wearing
going the whole."
25 headbands?
Yeah, it was a pack of
I thought that was an exaggeration. You were
No.
wearing
'Cause they were-
25
They
headbands?
were like the thin headbands, and
so
then-
what? When there's 25 of them, that's got to be like
Maybe it was a pack
like
of
one of those videos
15.
of the
We always say
watermelons.
25 headbands, but like
anything over
Yeah.
literally.
your brain matter just splatters on the wall.
In the middle of like a kindergarten class.
She puts one more on and just.
Like I remember having the whole pack, and I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm putting it on the wall."
I mean,
To
if
my
it's
mom,
any
she
more
was
than
"Please
like
don't, please don't."
like 5 would be like the max.
Yeah.
Anything above that is crazy town.
It was like a jarring amount, and everyone would ask me about it every day. But then I started like liking the attention of it. So it just kept adding, and then I got a bald spot.
Can
and
you
then my
show me
head
what
started-
kind of what we're talking about? Are you talking about like a plasticky one that's like an
actually know
arch,
about-
or like
Yeah,
a or like
yeah.
a rubber, like a stretchy?
Like a stretchy one, but they're thin. Thin. stretchy,
25 headbands is bonkers.
Like I say, they probably.
And your mom was
15,
never
but-
you weren't doing those things, right? Those rigid
No,
ones.
no, they were the
but like
okay,
that one.
but like that probably
25 of
maybe
those?
a little thinner than that. Yeah.
I remember when those kind of like became hot in the streets. It was almost like a bra strap, but on your head.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have 25 of those. Yeah, no wonder your head's a melon. Lumpy.
Like it was not worth it for the lumpiness.
A bald spot and a lumpy head, and then your mom eventually was like, "You gotta stop this," or you like who put an end to this madness?
Well, yeah, like my whole family was like, you look like a grandpa. I had like the grandpa like bald spot, and I was like,
That's
fuck it. Like,
crazy.
but I was like, the only way to cover it up is like with more headbands.
More headbands. 27, 28.
And they were like, please stop it with headbands. And I had to stop.
Jackie turned her head into like a shotgun style house. Like, he's got normal looking on, but if she turns to the side, it's fucking Stewie.
Well, when you're a baby, like there's definitely babies that. You ever seen a baby who gets sucked out?
I've seen like the babies in helmets.
Well, when you're giving birth, sometimes like and there's problems to get it out, they put like a little plunger almost.
Yeah.
They kind of yank you
Oh,
out,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that like stretches you.
Yeah.
So you're born with like a
Yeah.
cone head.
Cone head, yeah.
And then the helmets crack me up. They're very funny. They're just
Yeah.
like a permanent little like
I was left
football
in the
helmet.
hospital for like 2 weeks because my head was just massive.
Really?
Yeah, they said this kid has too big of a head.
How big's your head now? Like what size is your head?
I mean, I wear an 8.
An
Oh no, 7 and 3/4. Yeah, the one right below an 8. Yeah, I got a
7
big
and
ass
7/8?
head. Yeah, big ass head.
That's a big
Dang.
biscuit.
I didn't know that.
Bro, put this hat on. If this is my
Maybe I'm
stupid
getting
hat.
this wrong, but I
If
just
this
know
fits
that.
you, this is madness.
Nah.
No.
No.
It actually looks.
Okay, you have a normal head. I
Yeah,
think.
you had a normal head.
Yeah, you got a
That
pretty
looks
normal
just
head.
as silly as I feel like it looks on me.
Oh really?
Yeah, it looks big.
Maybe I'm just wearing big hats. I don't know.
I had a big head when I was young too.
Yeah.
Huge.
What are we talking?
My parents just always tell me my head was massive when I was born, but I don't think it was. I didn't have to stay in the hospital. So I
Wait,
guess it
why'd
wasn't
you
that
even
big.
have to stay in the hospital?
I wasn't hospitalized with a fat head.
I heard it was just like this could be dangerous. Like you might not ever like they had to make sure that it got a little bit
Oh,
smaller.
Being able to
Over?
like
Just
keep your head up.
yeah,
Yeah,
your
that's what it
stability
is.
never.
Kind of one of the first like milestones, being able to keep your head up. You know,
Yeah, I guess that's a good.
it's a lot of fucking weight on a little baby neck. You know,
Yeah.
I was born with like 12 fingers.
What?
What?
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah, it's like a real thing.
And they chopped them off.
Yeah, they're not like actual fingers. They're
They're
like
little digits?
nubs. They're
Do
like
you have like scars?
they're like yeah, you can see them. Like
Oh
there.
my god.
I didn't know you were born with 12 fingers.
Yeah, so like if you like
Should've
it's
kept them, to be honest.
I know. Well, they're like little just like nubs
No.
pretty much with a fingernail.
Dude, my buddy's dog has them. Don't. Like,
They're nasty.
I'm
The
always
nail
like,
is
get
the
those
problem.
fucking. He calls him Henry. The girl. It's a girl dog. Her name's Henry. And he's like, oh, look at Henry's little jellies because they just kind of hang.
they
And I'm
just
like,
hang.
dude, don't call
It's
them
like when you do
that.
that thing
Yeah.
with your pinky.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's literally like that. It's exactly like that. And
I would cut those off myself.
Yeah.
Like if a doctor, I would
Yeah.
get some piano wire and just.
I thought it was like funny at first, and then my mom
Oh wait, how?
showed me.
So
like,
you
a-
had them like?
No, I got them removed right away.
Oh,
my
okay.
Mom showed
So
me, like,
you
a
saw them
photo
after the
of
fact.
them.
Got it.
And yeah, no, they were fucking disgusting. Yeah, nasty. And dude, if I like bang
Were they
my
symmetrical?
kind of
in the same
yeah,
spot?
Yeah. If I like hit my finger hard here, it fucking kills.
Well, yeah, because it's like
Really?
the phantom pain. Like, this is
Yeah.
where our digit used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
ruined
feel.
us.
You can feel where it is. Feel it right here.
Oh my god.
Like right here.
Ew, there's a hole. That's where it should be sticking out.
Yeah.
Is
Wow.
that like a
Old
normal
6 finger
No, it's
stab.
not a normal thing. We
No,
all
I
have 10
actually think
fingers.
it's not that uncommon to be
Yeah,
born with
definitely.
it. I think it's
Well,
like,
all right. I mean,
but
yes,
it's
but
definitely
it's a
not
deformity.
normal.
It's
Yeah,
a-
it is. Yeah.
But like if they just let him grow, like
I don't think it. I
humanity
think
it
would
would've
have
just been a no.
massive inconvenience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
banging them on things, like you
Yeah.
said. Like imagine that hurts now. If you had a little nub and you
Imagine
would
if
catch
you
on like a
had
door
it.
or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rip it off accidentally.
What do you think? Let's say you meet a fella.
No, I
Yeah,
can't.
12
You
fingers.
meet a guy, 6 foot tall, 6'2", great head of hair, great job. Everything's all good. 12 fingers, nubs.
Nah, 12 fingers is crazy.
12 fingers is crazy.
But there's a
It's like-
chance if they so the nubs I think actually is worse. If
I
there
was
were
gonna say
6
I would rather
functioning
have
fingers-
another finger,
I
and
think-
then you just kind of like nobody can tell.
Yeah.
I'd rather have 4 fingers than have 6. 4 fingers, it's like, oh yeah, I got an
Like
accident.
is that what you had right there? That black guy?
Not to that extent. Not that.
wasn't
big.
that
It
big?
was much smaller.
Oh, that's terrible. That little split thumb thing. 4 fingers versus 6 fingers. See, like that's 6 fingers. That doesn't look that crazy. The nubs are crazy, but just like the extra finger there.
I can't imagine.
Look at that! Look at that guy in the middle right there. That kid looks normal. No, down one. He looks normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. It also freaks me out when I see people with like deformed hands because I like my simulation theory. It's like
You must be AI.
Yeah, it's like with
Yeah, it
AI,
is
you know?
kind of.
I got deformed hands. So
Probably.
That was a personal
Yeah,
attack.
oh yeah, I guess I do too.
You're not deformed. They're just sausage fingers.
In terms of like adaptation wise, penguins, I just learned like they also like they eat rocks because they can't digest the food. And they also like huddle all winter because they're so cold. Like they just shouldn't be living there. And it bothers me so much.
They should just be like extinct.
Yeah, like
Just gotta
I
go.
just
How about
feel
the
like-
dire wolves, by the way?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I read about that.
I
a
didn't know
little
dire
bit.
wolves were real.
Neither did I.
I thought that was a Game of Thrones
Yeah,
thing.
me too.
I guess they're like not actually dire wolves. They're like
It's like
genetically modified, like a dog.
it's genetically modified gray wolf.
Yeah.
And they said domestic dogs, whatever that means. I guess
was like a surrogate.
We're a surrogate, like they give birth, but they took a gray wolf and they tweaked it to be white. So it's like
Yeah, this sounds like when like my buddy had a Siberian husky growing up, and he's like, "I have a wolf." Not really.
I mean, I don't know about that. And yes, I know what you're saying, but they said they used DNA from a skull and a something else to like
Whoa.
rank these things.
Yeah.
That's pretty legit.
I feel like
this
scientifically
is literally
it's
the
very
plot
cool.
of Jurassic Park. It's literally
Yeah.
the plot.
Yeah.
Like scientifically, it's cool, but like I don't know.
They're
imagine
trying-
they're not
so-
going to be like really wolf-like.
They're the company doing. They wanted to do the woolly mammoth. Remember
Yeah.
that's been in the news the last few years. It's the same company. They're doing woolly mammoth, the dodo, Tasmanian tiger, and the dire wolf. Like they're 4 things.
Hell yeah, it's a good year.
They should have started with the woolly mammoth. That was
Well, I think that was their first. I think that's their like crown
Yeah,
jewel.
yeah.
They
They're
made a.
always talking about bringing back the woolly mammoth though, and they never
Always.
fucking do it.
I think it's hard. I think
it's got to be tough.
I think it's
No,
hard.
but, like it's like flying
When did
cars.
the dodo
It's
go
like-
extinct?
Oh, I actually feel like I was alive for this. I remember the dodo going.
I was gonna say I feel like I was alive too.
I feel like that had to be in 2002, 2003.
I would have guessed 90s.
What do you think?
Oh, I have no fucking clue.
1920s.
The 1600s.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought, but
2002.
I was the opposite. I thought the dodo went extinct like thousands of years ago.
Oh, I thought like it was a
guess
phrase.
this is
2002 over here.
When we were younger,
Yeah.
like it's like we talked about dodo, but it was almost like the Bermuda Triangle and fucking
Yeah,
but-
quicksand. Like you talked about it a lot as a kid.
I agree, but I never
Yeah.
talked about them being alive. Did you?
I thought it was
the thing about the dodo is that it's extinct.
oh.
the phrase I always said, or at least the one
You're
that
thinking
sticks.
like the condor or something like that. There's like birds.
no, I
that
was
went
thinking about the
extinct.
dodo.
I was
just
definitely
threw
thinking
off.
about dodo because like I remember either saying or hearing a lot the phrase "it's going the way of the dodo,"
Yes,
which is
I agree
it's
with all
going
this.
extinct. But I guess I just processed it as like it is in the process of going extinct.
I thought this was like the woolly mammoth. Like dodos were around like 10,000 years ago and died. It does look like a bird that like wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
Like it looks
yeah.
like a
That's
shitty
pretty
like
dinosaur
fat
looking.
dorky bird.
Yeah,
You know?
it does.
Like we're just gonna eat you real quick.
Dodo.
Fights. You ever get impacted by the piping plovers?
in the dunes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Westport, Mass.
Yeah.
What is this?
They would close the beaches in the summer because the piping plovers were there.
Is that a
So there's
bird?
some bird that was like threatened.
It was like you couldn't go in the dunes, which sucked as a kid because that's all I want to do
Yeah.
is go in the dunes.
Yeah.
Well, it got to a point like at probably
a cute
around
bird.
like 2010 where they just were closing the beaches in the summer because of these birds, and people were so fucking mad. People were like
Yeah, like,
threatening
listen,
to go kill the
I,
birds.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I don't want anything to go extinct. You're ruining my beach time. We're gonna fucking wipe you out, dude. I paid like this is like my family vacation. I rented a house for a week and I
Yeah.
can't go because of these fucking birds.
Yeah.
I just met somebody who like he was saying his parents were allergic to dogs and cats, so they got doves. And I was like, why was that the next?
I would just go no animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, you should be
I'm
like, that's
a-
not the same at
I'm
all.
a firm.
As someone who had a dog, really different.
I'm a firm believer in you. if you have any animal in your house other than a dog, a cat, and like I guess I'll count. You can have like an aquarium. You can have fish.
Yeah.
But legit, I think other than that,
No, yeah, I'm fully agree
like
with that.
if you have any other rodents, you're a freak. I think if you have birds, you're a freak. If you have snakes,
I think
forget about
gerbil
it.
you could get away with.
What?
Gerbil you could get away with.
I mean, I guess
Yeah,
I would.
you could be a
kids.
kid.
Yeah,
have
if you're an
kids.
adult that's like I have a hamster or guinea pig or gerbil, like,
yeah.
that's fucking crazy.
Come over and see my fucking rat.
Yeah. Or like the ferret people.
Yeah.
Like the
I
kid
had
who
a
had a
buddy in
ferret was
college
always
who had a bunch of ferrets.
Total white trash. Like every time. There's no normal people with a ferret.
I don't even really fuck with people in New York who have like big dogs.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
shit pisses me off. I'm always like, people are always walking down my street with like a husky.
Two-
And you're like, dude, that dog is like, you're torturing that dog.
Actually, though, I feel like the big dogs are the ones that just like chill on the couch, right?
Yeah, but like dogs
But
like
still,
that
they're just,
want to
like-
be out in the cold.
Yeah, that's also
and like
true.
run around. They don't want to be in a fucking.
I
They're either
think-
in an apartment in New York that a radiator is literally
Yeah,
putting out
blasting.
fire.
Yeah, it's
or
like this
they're-
poor dog has to go like in an elevator every day.
Yeah,
It's like that's
yeah.
not what a dog like. I feel like there are entirely too many people who get dogs. Like it should not be if you are like single and living in a tiny apartment, like that just should not be on the table for you right now.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
get
just
a
not
cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like, it's just like you know, once you have a backyard, a house, some kids, like you're gonna go on walks, like then you can get a dog. These people who are like, I'm out all the time, I'm working all the time, I party, I'm like, I can't provide for it, like I'm gonna get a dog. What?
Yeah.
Just it's
There's
not
a lot
now.
of people that are rehousing their dogs.
Yeah, right. Like,
Which
this is
that's
a-
got to be the ultimate move of shame.
I've done it.
You can't-
take
oh,
this.
yeah?
Yeah.
Does it feel bad?
It feels pretty bad. Yeah.
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 I'm sure.
I mean, it is the right thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
better
yeah.
than being a bad owner,
Yeah.
but to be like, I cannot do this. Take it away.
I would never rehouse. I would
Dude, I had
let
to like.
that thing go before I rehouse it.
It got cancer. It died. I don't know.
Yeah.
It fell out the window. It's dead. I don't know.
Into
what to
the
tell you.
streets.
I had a
When
dog
was this?
When I moved to FSU. Like my first year at FSU, I didn't know anybody. I was like, I'll get a
You
dog.
got a dog in college?
I got a dog.
This is what I mean. Like
In
there should be
college.
shelters and puppy stores, whatever. They say you're just a solo college kid. You're
Dude,
not allowed.
I had just driven down from Massachusetts to Florida. I was there for like a week. I decided I'm gonna get a dog. I had the dog in an hour. Like,
Really?
put up a couple more
Crazy.
obstacles for me. You know what I mean?
It's like
Yeah.
getting a gun. I'll get you a dog and a gun by 2 p.m.
Like, dude,
Yeah.
I'm 17 years old, just drove across country. Don't give me a dog.
Yeah.
And then I had a dog for like a week, and it shit everywhere, and it destroyed the apartment. My roommate, who I didn't even know, was
I
like,
was like, fuck you.
he was like,
Yeah.
you can't. If this is it, you can't have a dog. And I was like, that's pretty fair.
Was it on campus?
No, this is Villa Cortez. This is the apartment I got robbed in. Lucy. No, Lola was her name.
Yeah, that's tough. Remember when Lena Dunham gave her dog back? And
Yeah.
everyone was like,
But she had it for like 10 years.
Yeah, that was
I had it
crazy.
for like under a week.
That's great.
that was it was a crazy move, but people did like shame the fuck out of her.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, but if you're also like, if you're that like rich, just get someone to take care of
that's
the
what I
dog.
thought was weird. Just from a PR point of view,
Yeah.
like don't take this hit. Just be like,
Yeah.
you take care of this dog.
Give it to a family member or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Just
You're
anything
here's
that's not a
$1 million
public-
and the dog. It's 10 years old. Take care of it for 11 more months.
10 years might be an exaggeration, but it was. She
long
had
time.
established, she's like, this is my dog.
This thing's gonna die soon anyway.
Yeah.
Just let it happen with you, dude. Did you hear Bert's story when he came on KFC Radio last week?
I don't think. Oh, which one?
Bro, that phrase is truly. It takes a lot. I mean, we've been doing podcasts forever now, and we've had a lot of guests and heard a lot of stories. It takes a lot for me to like be moved by something. He was like, we had a dog named was it Arthur?
Arthur.
He's like, we had a dog, Arthur, and he like explains a couple things about it, and then he was just like, I'm pretty convinced that my dad killed that dog with a baseball bat. And I lost it, dude. I did not expect the phrase "killed that dog with a baseball bat" to come out of his
crazy.
mouth. He called his sister. They were like, yeah, there was this time that like he was hosing down the patio afterwards. He was covered, like his hands were bloody. I was like, oh my god.
Killed
I
that
was-
dog. Killed it messy, too. And put it out of its misery.
He put up a fight. There really is something like I would consider myself a dog person until like the world was taken over by dogs, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, you guys are freaks. You guys
Yeah.
are absolute freaks. And there really is something that like switches a little bit, at least for me when I had kids, where I was like, I like dogs, but like
Yeah. It's like Tom Segura had that old bit about.
yes, and it really kind of puts things in perspective once you like make that switch where you're like, I don't know, man, whatever. If this dog lives or dies, I don't know. I like him. I don't want anything bad to happen to him. But like,
It's like I'll survive.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I'll be sad for a little bit and then I'll get over it.
I mean, I guess if you're one of those dog people who really means everything to you, I just not. Me, I don't know.
Yeah.
Duncan is up there in age now. I think he's 12 or something.
Yeah.
But he's like aging not so gracefully. He's one of those dogs that get like the lumps. And
Oh,
the,
yeah.
Yeah.
My dog's got
warts
that.
and stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't even like to pet you now.
It's like
touching
pet
things.
I
back
actually
of
weirdly
Crunch
ended up
Bar.
started liking him with Maisie.
Really?
Where I was like, I'd like just grab her.
Oh.
God.
No, it's
What
got
are you
the
doing,
lumps.
fat
and,
girl? Come here.
It's got like a wart on his eye, and his teeth are rotten and bad breath. It's like,
Oh, yeah, it's tough.
Head is weird shaped. Got 25 headbands on. It's just like a, oh, Duncan. And my mom's always like, so, like she went to the vet and she was like, it was good news.
Yeah.
He's fine. He's gonna live another 5 years.
Yeah, dogs like that live forever too. I think he's probably got like 8 more years in it.
Yeah, right. Oh my god. I saw there was saw something on Instagram that it was like the longest cat ever. I think it was 38 years.
Damn.
Imagine having a
That's
same
crazy.
pet for 38 years. At least cats though, like for 32 of those years, you probably didn't even see it.
Yeah.
It was just like hiding somewhere in the attic or some shit.
If you haven't seen the trailer for Warfare, it is out now. The movie is coming out this weekend. It looks awesome. It's A24. It's Alex Garland. Alex Garland, if you don't know him, Civil War, which he did with A24. That one, I actually didn't really like in theaters and have since really liked it at home. Alex Garland also did Ex Machina, a couple others, but he's unbelievable. He's great. But he and Iraq war veteran Ray Mendoza did Warfare. Okay, it's a visceral, boots on the ground story. Embeds the audience with Navy SEALs stationed in Iraq in an apartment building, just trying to get out, trying to survive. If you like my movie recommendations, it is right up my alley. It looks awesome. It is in IMAX and theaters everywhere. April 11th. Get tickets now. Great cast as well. I believe Michael Gandolfini's in it. God, there are a couple other people. But I forget. But it's in theaters everywhere. April 11th. Looks great. Looks like just an awesome, awesome war movie, which does feel weird to say, to be entertained by it. But I am, and it looks like it's going to entertain me. So go check it out in theaters now, or in theaters April 11th. Tune into the mini golf finals in Chicago. They are sponsored by HeyDude. They've also already happened as you were listening to this. They are happening at this moment, I believe, maybe in a few moments. So I don't know who has won, but they definitely have already happened. From warming up on the range to sinking putts on the green or just kicking back at the clubhouse, the new HeyDude Wendy and Wally golf style shoes have you covered. They are designed with a grippy, lugged rubber outsole, golf-inspired features, and HeyDude's signature lightweight comfort. These shoes bring you effortless style to every swing. I know golfers are always on about the shoes. HeyDude's always on about the shoes. What a match made in heaven. HeyDude golf styles drop exclusively at HeyDude.com in May, which has not happened quite yet. The opposite of the golf championship, mini golf finals. But HeyDude golf styles drop exclusively on HeyDude.com/golf in May. So get ready for that. Be comfy in the clubhouse.
I have a question before we wrap up. Can we do a little tax talk?
Tax talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, about you and your taxes?
It's not even mine specifically. Why am I involved in this process? Why are you even talking to me?
I'll play devil's advocate because I'm with you on this, but I think it's like they don't rob you. You know what I mean? Like they could theoretically if you were just like not involved at all.
Yeah.
But they do it.
I knew a guy who
Every 2 weeks they take they take it. Why am I involved now?
Well,
51 weeks a year, you don't talk to me about it.
I do not understand when you owe or receive money. Why? Get it right.
Yeah.
Here's how old. Here's my money. Here's my state. Here's my dependents. Take the right amount out, and don't fuck it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like why
The whole tax return thing is a little bit weird.
Like
I used to always get money. I was always like, hey, it's tax season. I'm gonna get like $2,000. I don't owe taxes this year. First time ever, but it's because I also had these guys tell me you have to pay like every couple months I was paying.
Yeah,
you know?
They did, what
so
do
it's
they
like,
call it? Like installments? or
yeah,
some
yeah. It's
shit?
like you prepay or whatever, and And so I'm like, oh, I don't owe money. It's like, well, you just fucking paid it.
Yeah.
But it's like, why is it? What comes out of my paycheck should just be it.
Just
I'm with
take
you on
what.
that.
Honest to God, I'm an easy tax person. I'm not a tax whiner. Just take what you fucking want.
Yeah.
Give me my money, and we'll be done with it.
I know a guy who, one of my uncles, like, I think you can elect to not have any wages taken out, and then you just pay everything at the end. But he was like, he managed his own money and like did all that shit. So he was like, I'd rather have all the money and I can invest it and do what I want with it, and then I pay everything at the end. But you have to like stay on top of your shit,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
So I think you're involved because you can do those sort of things if you want. But for the average person who doesn't want any fucking like, I don't want anything to do with this. Just fucking get it right.
I didn't even know until yesterday. I realized it was tax season, and because my accountant fired me.
Oh no.
She just didn't call me this year.
Yeah, that's tough.
We've had a tumultuous relationship.
Yeah.
It hasn't been great.
Much like all of John's female relationships, it's toxic.
She just outright didn't like me and like
Yeah.
didn't respect me and like didn't. And it's like I wouldn't want to talk to
Didn't
her
you kinda,
because like she was just gonna be mean to
talk
me.
her? Yeah.
Do you think that it was kind of like a like dating though? It's kind of like, oh, you don't want me? Like you always want what you can't have, sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Like you did call her up last year, like please take me back.
I did. Last year I had to beg her. Like, can you please take me? She's like, all right, fine, but because you're a good client. But like, don't be an asshole. And I'm like, I'm not an asshole. Just tell me what you need from me, and I'll give it to you. like it's
No, but like this needs to be a better system.
Well, because in some countries, don't they just send you a letter in the mail and they're like, this is how much you owe.
yeah, that's how it should be. Or don't even tell me it. Just take
No,
it from me when you're taking
I'm
all
with-
the other money.
If you're garnishing wages for taxes, just get it right.
yeah,
Well,
I know like complaining about taxes isn't anything original or new, but like I just
But
don't
we're not.
get.
You're not complaining about like. You're like, I'm willing to pay.
I
I'm talking
like
about
paying
the
taxes.
mechanism that we use.
Yeah.
Yeah, John is the most pro-tax guy. It's so fucking annoying.
It's crazy that people are anti-tax.
It's not if my money, if I felt like all my money was going to like schools and roads and like infrastructure, but I don't think that's the case.
No, it's
There's
not.
a lot of people lining their pockets. So fuck that.
70% is going to Medicaid, Social Security, defense, and military spending. That or it's like
Right,
there's-
but I'm saying even beyond that, I also then think that there are just
but
people
then after
putting
that,
money
like
in pockets.
I can afford
Yeah.
dinner, so yeah, buy the kids some fucking books. You know what I mean? Like yeah, get
Yeah.
like what? Like sure, yeah, take some money, help the kids out, fucking build a park for them.
Well,
like,
I'll say this: if we're gonna be doing this crazy tariff shit, you better get rid of the taxes.
yeah,
That was the whole thing, right? It was like we're gonna like make all the rest of the world pay for it. It's like, well, if I'm paying the taxes and the tariffs, well now what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
I don't know enough about that shit, but it's like you can't just snap your fingers and put shit in place if there's no like factories and manufacturing in America.
Yeah.
I do agree with the idea that like if America was self-sufficient and not reliant upon China, like that would be a good thing. In order to do that, you need manufacturing and distribution and all that
Yeah.
shit in America. You have to be planning for this for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Like start building all the factories and shit now, and then you do this. You can't. All these small businesses are like, we can't do it.
Yeah.
It's not possible. They just said that
I
shoes are
saw
going to go
someone-
up three times.
what's that?
The cost of shoes is going to triple because of this shit from China.
I saw that I think Nike moved a bunch of their shit to Vietnam, and like Apple.
Did you see
like,
the plane with
flew
Apple?
planes full of
they just
iPhones.
flew a plane of like they just loaded.
I
a
think
plane
it
up
was
and flew it.
Five planes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They
I gotta do a
flew
video on that,
multiple
actually.
planes just filled with iPhones.
Like
into
we're not
America.
importing. We're not importing. We're just flying them here.
Yeah.
That's, like I mean, you literally have like drug runners. They're just
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
smuggling iPhones.
Literally.
Crazy. But anyway, the taxes are.
Last year, I like fucked up my taxes where I was paying like California taxes and New York taxes, and then it was like all of my money.
Yeah.
And I became like really Republican for like 3 days. I was like, fuck this. Like this is fucked. But then I
Did they
realized
get you back?
Then they get my back. Which it's like when they come back with the actual number, it's like it feels like a math equation that like I'm getting like a test that like I got something wrong. Like if you know the actual fucking number.
Just tell me the number.
tell me the
I
number.
really
I'll
don't
write
get
a check.
that. It's like there should just be you're in this bracket. It's this percentage. I understand if you get like a bonus, you make extra money at the end of the year, all these other incomes. But if it's just I have one job and there's the paycheck, like get it fucking right.
Dude,
Yeah, my shit is fucked.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because stand up, you get
Oh yeah.
1099s.
Right.
So
and you're in every different state,
You
right?
have to pay I had to pay taxes in like 20 different states last year.
Oh.
dude, that was
That's enough for me to just be like, I'm not doing this career.
Mine got so fucked that it lasted until November. And then I got an email when I was home for Thanksgiving from HR at Barstool saying that the IRS contacted them and said to freeze my paychecks.
No.
Yeah. Until I paid like a certain, and then I paid it like on the spot.
Yeah.
But it was like there was a lot building up to that. It was.
my thing is always like we'll do a live show, right? We get like 10 grand or something like that. I'm like, that's not enough for the IRS to care, is it? Right?
Yeah.
Well, dude, they will track down every fucking penny.
Yeah.
Bro, that's what. So again, in my taxes, I've been discovering. I learned what, like you turn into a Republican, you say, right? Like I know Republicans always talk about taxes. I learned. I looked at Trump's tax plan. Do you know how much people are saving in taxes? Like what the top 5% save?
Oh yeah, they don't pay
What do you
anything.
mean saving in taxes? Like not.
Like so versus Kamala's tax plan, I believe, or at least the tax plan that was in place. So maybe it was either Biden's or Kamala's. I'm not sure. But there's been for the top 5% or the top 4%, there's been one change, and then for the top 1%, there's been a change. The top 1% is saving $30,000 a year. Top 4% after that saves $7,200. And I was like, wait, that's the fucking like.
Yeah, that's
the
what we're
richest
getting
people in the
crazy
world
about,
are
yeah.
freaking out about $5,000, $7,000. What the
Yeah.
fuck are we talking about?
I know, but it's got to be more than.
It's definitely more than that. It has
Yeah,
to be.
I feel like it's a lot of like
pull up Trump's tax
capital
plan. This
gains
is crazy
and,
that
like-
this is where we're at in the podcast. Pull up Trump's tax plan real quick.
What I don't like I when I was talking about the tariffs, I was like,
Go to images.
I said something like, I'm not an expert here, but like this seems like
Oh,
a
I
bad
have no
idea.
idea. I have no idea about
And-
any of this.
But like that 7160 for the top. Like
What is that on average, or is that a percentage?
That's got to be per. Because it's when you have like a.
we're talking about annual savings of half a bet. What most of this company
that
does.
just can't be. So if you're making $900,000, you save $30,000. I mean, I guess though when you start, I don't make.
But
I
also-
make $9 million. I'm now
Yeah,
saving,
yeah.
fucking
Oh.
36.
$100,000.
You know what I mean? Like
dollars.
every
But
time.
then, but then why is for like look at for the next 4% where it's like so you think I don't know we're not going to figure this out so
Yeah.
I started I started asking questions I was like we're not going to
All I know is that rich people really fucking hate taxes, and I don't think it's because it's 36.
I don't think it is either. I think that's like a.
I thought we were talking about like hundreds of thousands of dollars and that's all this sounds like
I think it's like
there
millions.
is- yeah,
Yeah.
I think there's levels where you are making where it is that big of a difference.
The 1099 shit is like you get all of your. So like I don't get taxed.
Right, you get everything up front.
I get everything.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, you owe like
yeah.
much.
Like if you were
fucking
paying
money.
every 2 weeks,
Yeah.
every your paycheck. I know that's where
Like-
you got to like manage your shit. Or you can get in trouble.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Because like I spent that on a car.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you still owe that shit.
Yeah. Like I can't even imagine what like what I owe. Like the big guys like Bert.
Dude,
and
when you have
them,
like $100 million a year, like
it literally must be like they owe like
$20 million bucks, like
$20 million
right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure they.
Yeah,
I'm
last-
sure
last
there's
place
some
where
sort of
they
difference. They pay like
Cuban
Yeah.
tweeted that last year. Cuban's like, I just wrote my check for $140 million or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that.
it's fucking crazy.
I mean,
But he has
$1 billion.
$500 million
Yeah,
to
yeah,
write that
yeah.
check.
I know, but I feel like there is still just some level. Once you've been rich for like 30 years, maybe. But like if you went from poor to rich to then like rich to like mega rich, it's writing a check for $100 million that just goes away. I think it still takes some adjusting to get used to.
I'm sure it takes adjusting.
Yeah.
You still like, don't you feel? You have to feel good about it. You're like,
I made this much.
I
Yeah.
made this much.
Yeah.
I'm
I
so
don't-
rich.
I understand where you're coming from. I don't feel like people feel good about it.
$100
They just
million.
Give $100 million
Yeah.
to a bunch of corrupt politicians.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Like every time I pay taxes, I'm just like, I probably went somewhere. Like you don't know where it's going. Like why are you assuming it's going somewhere evil?
Yeah.
Like
Well-
you,
Yeah.
you can just choose to believe what you want to
If
believe.
I'm
know, but
crossing
when-
over the even just $1 million, I'm gonna start asking some questions. Like, where the fuck is this going?
It's also when you hear that it's like our military budget was $21 21 trillion. I'm like, I think I
Yeah.
know where that's coming from.
Yeah.
I don't think they're, you know.
But guess what? It's not us. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
$21 trillion.
Yeah.
They're not relying on your,
I bought
like,
a 9
17,000.
millimeter.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
That's definitely true.
I just think the getting in a little tariff war with China when they have all the factories and manufacturing seems like a bad
It's
idea.
tough. Yeah, it's
It's
tough.
like we're gonna charge you 100% of nothing because we don't make anything for you. Okay, we're gonna charge you 80% on everything in your world. That doesn't sound like a good idea. What I hate the most is like coming into this. I know he did run on like he said this, but like prior to Trump, no normal Republican would say that part of their political ideology is 80% tariffs. Everybody would have been like, that's silly, that's stupid. But now Trump decides to do it, and they just adopt it. They just automatically are cool with it, and you know what I mean? It's like you can't question anything this guy does. Like, what would it take for somebody to be like, this is a bad idea? You know?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because it's like, if you can't question this, like, at least question, I don't know if this is a good idea. Maybe you're right. Maybe it works out. But right now, it's a little precarious. Probably not a good idea to charge China 80%. And you're like, oh, you don't know what you're fucking talking about. It's like, I think that's a pretty basic idea to say this might be a bad idea.
Yeah, it's kind of like just the dick riders on both sides.
Right. Put it this way, if it was flipped, if Kamala
Yeah.
came up with this, the Republicans would be like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, how about you just look at actually what's happening? But
This is like completely off topic, but I mean it's just about like Republicans. One thing that I like think about once a week that I cringe at is I was in Vegas with like college people, and I always mess up open carry and like like being able to carry.
Oh, yeah.
I get that.
And
Yeah.
so I was like around everyone. I was like, "Is it open carry?" And they're like, "No." I was like, "Fuck!" And everyone was so weird around me after that. And then I like didn't realize. And then later I was like, pretty much I was like, "Can I bring my gun?"
and you're so mad. God damn it! I gotta go back to my room now. Put away my Glock.
Going to somewhere that's open carry, being from somewhere that isn't open carry is
Wild.
Dude,
Even when I was
It's
down, I was just down in
crazy.
Austin, which is at this
Yeah.
point like, you know, like a cookie cutter hipster city.
Yeah.
But there are still signs that are like, you know, don't brandish your firearm. And words like
Oh,
that I'm
yeah.
just like, whoa, that's just a sign in your store.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Dude, one
man.
of my friends that moved out there got a gun, and he said no joke was easier than getting an iPhone.
Yeah.
He said he was in and out of the store in like 15 minutes.
I love the
Zero
people that
problems.
love it crack me up. Did you see that guy, the viral video of the dude who got in a fight on the boat? It was
Which
like
one?
this kid on the boat, and
And he's spraying them.
it was after they were on a boat, and this guy went like whizzing by really fast.
Yeah.
And then they were arguing afterwards, and this guy was the biggest hardo. It was unbelievable. He was like, "I'm on the water 300 days a year. I am the best charter captain you could even fathom."
Yeah.
And then they pulled the boat up close, and he stepped onto this
I did
kid's
see
boat,
that,
and
yeah.
the kid's like, "Dude, I'm a kid. Like, I'm sorry." And this guy's screaming at him, and the internet was saying like this is technically an act of piracy. You illegally
Yeah,
boarded
yeah.
someone, so he's facing felony charges, all this shit. But my point being, there was a lot of people really reacting, being like, "Oh, I wish this would happen to me. Like, I long for like the opportunity for someone to do this because like they would, you know, be on the other end of my fucking blah blah blah
Yeah.
gun." And I'm like,
You long for the day to shoot somebody?
Yeah. That's what I'm like. They're like, I just, you know, how come this doesn't happen to me? Like, I wish this would happen to me so I could kill someone.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to
You
be
know,
able.
like-
I want to be able to justifiably kill someone.
I
What the
feel
fuck
like
is wrong with
You know, like
That-
soldiers going to war. Like, this sucks. I have to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Like, and
I always think about that.
You're on the boat in Austin and be like, man, I need to kill someone.
I hope someone boards my ship illegally.
Yeah, I always think about that with like I'm not like really pro or anti-gun, but the people that are online that are like they fantasize about like home invasion.
Yeah.
And they'll post a video of them shooting like a fucking 500 Smith & Wesson mag, like the strongest fucking gun you've ever seen. It shoots bullets like this big, and they'll show a video of someone like blowing up a watermelon with it and be like, "Good luck trying to escape my house with this thing coming at your back." And it's like, realistically, it's like, dude, if someone broke into your house, you bring out that gun. It's good to have the gun, but like, you're probably not going to need to blow up that guy's fucking head. Like, you probably could just call the cops and be like, hey, the guy ran out of my house when he saw my gun. He's running down this street
they
right
want
now.
to.
Yeah.
They want to.
Like, it's probably not going to be the best thing when that guy's brains are splattered all over your living room.
Your kids come downstairs and there's a headless
Yes,
body.
yes.
And you're like, well, he was in our house,
Yeah.
kids. Like, well, they're still scarred for life, bro.
Yeah. Dude, most of those guns, like I watch those videos sometimes, most of those guns outside of like a 9mm or like a 10mm bullet, like your head will explode.
Especially at like a close range in a house.
Like they won't even know who the person was. They'll have to be like, did he have his wallet on him? Yeah. Like if you shoot someone with one of those guns, like it's not gonna be a fun scenario. It's gonna be like we're gonna have to go stay in the Marriott down the street for the next 6 months.
Get renovations done.
Because there's going to be a full investigation as to why this guy's eye is 20 feet away from his body.
Oh man, dude, I want Sass. I need Sass to get on like Rogan. I want to see Sass go do the. You know when Rogan takes those guys to the tactical gun range and they hit the. I want to see Sass like that, goggles on, hitting all the fucking targets. You and Rogan chopping it up.
I've been to gun ranges. Like I've been to. We went to one in. Me and Mook went to one in Phoenix. Which was, this was years ago. It was fucking hilarious because neither of us had ever been shooting. And Mook had never even like used like an airsoft gun before.
Yeah.
Which I was shocked at how similar it is.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
I had airsoft guns growing up, and it's like, dude, it's the
same shit. Yeah.
Take the magazine out the same way, and you load it the exact same way. And
Like, we've been teaching you this since you were a kid.
yeah.
Dude, I remember using. Sorry, go.
No, you go. Yeah.
I was just saying, I remember using an airsoft gun when I was a kid at my friend's house.
Yeah.
Where we were in his bedroom, second floor, shooting across a pool, trying to hit a Coke can. And his dad was laying into me.
Oh, yeah.
Just being like, can't even shoot. I'm Feitelberg. I was like, I'm
I'm not
pretty
a
sure this is like
sniper,
this is
dude.
a Bob
Yeah.
Lee swagger shot. I've never held a gun before.
You're like controlling your breath and shit.
Yeah, like, dude, like across the whole backyard, like again, changing levels.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a Coke can, not a fucking target.
Golf, sex, and guns. 3 things that guys think they're just gonna be able to do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen porn. I've watched golf. I've seen movies. I can play golf, and shoot guns.
Yeah.
I don't know. I went to a gun range once. I don't think I hit the fucking paper.
Oh, yeah.
I remember being like
See-
pow, 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 and I was like, I don't think there's any holes.
Being able to shoot a gun and knowing how to like load a gun properly, I will say there is
It's
part
cool.
of it that you're like, you're like, yeah, no, I know how to do this.
Yeah,
Every
I
time
think
I've-
if I was watching somebody else fumble around with it, and I was
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
like you're a pussy.
Yeah, it is pretty sick. But also, it is like, I don't have any interest really in going to a gun range more than like once every couple. Because it's
you
like,
kinda
dude, it
get
is
your-
all, every time I've been, there's been a situation where I've looked like a total fucking idiot. And then those guys are like, it's like walking into like a skate shop and there's like
Right.
a fucking
You're like a
teenager.
poser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like we showed up, me and Mook, and we were like, we never shot a gun, and they were like, well, what do you want to shoot? And we were
fucking
like,
pussies.
well, what's good for someone who's and they were like, I don't know, an AR-15. And we were like, yeah, maybe something smaller than that. I don't know. But
Here's your little
single
lady
time-
gun, pussies.
Yeah. But then I shot in Denver last year, and we were shooting a 9mm, and then we shot an AK-47, which was sick. But the 9mm, it's like I was up and I was lining up to shoot it, and I was holding it with my thumbs crossed like this, and I'm like lined up about to shoot, and the guy comes over and like removes the gun from my hands, and he's like, if you shot that bullet, you would have lost your thumb. And I was like, well, maybe step in like moments earlier. Maybe step in 5 minutes ago, because I was lining up with that gun for like 30 seconds straight, and he didn't say anything. But I guess the way I was holding it was like the slide was gonna come back,
Yeah.
and then it would have like pinched my thumb and just like ripped it off. I don't know if it would have been that bad. He made it seem like it was gonna be really bad.
I also
Those
feel
extra
like
fingers.
Yeah.
I remember there was guys next to us in like the next lane or whatever you call it that were shooting like automatic weapons, and I was like, these guys just turned.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and then I remember talking to my friends. I was like, what if these guys are anti-gun nuts and they just want to prove how easy it is?
Yeah.
That could happen.
Yeah,
These guys
yeah.
could just turn around, kill us all, and then we're all in the news. And they're, and they were like, dude, would you stop?
yeah. And then they got the fucking guy in the range who's supposed to, I guess, be there in case that happens.
Yeah, ready
but
to
it's
kill
like
everybody.
he has a pistol, and they all have the biggest
fucking-
guns you've
yeah.
ever seen in your entire
Silencers
life.
and auto. Yeah. I think they're gonna win.
Yeah,
Bro.
in Phoenix, I mean, in Arizona, you can shoot a fucking rocket launcher if you wanted. But like, dude, that was the same thing. I was thinking about that the whole time. We're shooting a pistol. The guy at the range has a pistol. The guy next to us had a sawed-off AK. Every time he shot it, the entire building shook. And it was like, dude, clearly that guy's winning the fight if this
Shit
thing
goes down.
Yeah.
My dad would take me when I was like 16. You're like not allowed to go, but I remember I would like post about it and think it was so cool, and I cringed thinking about that.
You'd have it on the
Yeah.
IG.
What? Yeah, I had it on my.
Anytime, there's, especially when it is a chick, they've got the headset on and they're like, the goggles.
Yeah,
They're,
like I looked
doing it on
cool for
purpose.
sure.
That
but,
was
like,
Mook.
Yeah.
Mook was like, it literally was like, at one point I think I had to like wrap my arms around him to like show him how to hold the gun. Because
That's
he was
fucking hilarious.
And dude, the thing with the
I got you, honey. Don't worry.
it was literally like that. And then the thing, he was in Denver. He was in Denver when we went, and I was like, "You want to come?" And he was like, "Not at all."
I would just go home before I ever fucking
Yeah.
let you, teach you how to putt sort of
Yeah.
thing. All right, last thing before you go on. Did we resolve the son of a boy dad kettlebell issue?
Oh yeah.
We had
Well,
Ronan talking about that. That was
the kettlebell is here. The problem with the kettlebell now is that we can't even have it on the desk because the cameras focus in on Joe Rogan's face. So we just don't. There's no use for it. It's just turned around. It's just a normal kettlebell now.
that saga, man.
I we were recording the other day, and I was like, "Why is the kettlebell?" And I turned it around, and then Owen came over and just turned it right back around. He was like, the cameras focus in on it, and we're all blurry. So, which makes sense because it's like if it was this table, it's front and center.
Yeah, it
and
looks like
every
it's the
single
person.
camera
Yeah.
is focusing on that face.
How is Boyd? Are you guys gonna do like live shows or any of that shit?
I don't know. I'd always like to
Bless
do
you.
live shows within New York.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have a ton of interest in traveling for live, especially because we all travel, so it's
Yeah.
tough. But like in New York is always fun, and then obviously Roan's gonna be gone for a couple weeks
Right.
with the kids, so we banked a shit ton of episodes.
That's
These
a good
next couple
feeling.
weeks are gonna be.
Are you done?
Smooth sailing?
Yeah.
No, but we're gonna
I've
have
always
to do,
thought about like part of me even every now and then it'll be like we record both episodes on like Monday and I'm like
Yeah.
we're done for the week.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what if we did that for like the month?
Yeah,
With the,
yeah.
But
well,
it's
people
also-
do that. That's what like the Cometown guys used to do. That they used to go
Yeah.
and go to a cabin and bank episodes for the entire summer, and then just not record the whole.
The only thing
summer.
about that is, I mean, you got to be really good, really funny, have a really loyal audience that like you're not talking about anything topical, or if
Yeah.
you are, it's completely dated.
Yeah.
and people don't care about that. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
otherwise
our
it's tough to
problem. Is
keep-
that we talk about topical shit all the time.
Yeah.
we banked episodes a couple months ago, and we made a joke about Trump getting assassinated, and then that weekend Trump got shot in the face, and we had to
way.
re-record the episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, all right, it's doing well. It's good shit, and I'm sure Les
Yeah.
Mascots gonna be awesome. So
Fuck yeah.
go follow Sass. Check
Thank
out
you guys
Son
for
of a Boy
having
Dad.
me.
Get ready for Mascots, and we'll see you next time.
Sweet.
All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.